So I'm doing this live, no edits, no nothing. Well, not live, but just wanted to rant a little bit, just talk mainly about this YouTube thing. Um, so a lot of companies have decided to back out and no longer advertise on YouTube uploads. I mean, they're not gonna they're not supporting YouTube videos anymore. And it makes sense. I understand, and it kind of puts into perspective why YouTube has been doing a lot of this little cleanup that they've been doing, a lot of trying to push aside quote unquote questionable videos. Um, it makes sense because what it's doing is it's causing advertisers to fund and advertise. I mean, pretty much that's what they're doing. They're funding these videos and these creators, and sometimes these creators can sometimes make some very questionable videos. No quotes on that one. That's just legitimate. They are making questionable videos. Um, but not everybody. And the reason I put quotes on the earlier one was there's an algorithm that's in place and it weeds out what the computer program, what the algorithm views as questionable. And for the most part, it's not always right. There's a lot of videos that are being pretty much pushed aside, not allowed to be on the front page, and it's going to be harder to find. Um, and these videos are being ostracized in a way that's causing it to be harder for creators to have a bigger reach and a bigger audience and actually support themselves through YouTube. I know as of right now, I still have not been able to make it that far. I'm still working a full time job, and that's causing me to not be able to put up videos. And at the same time, I got a wife, I got four dogs back here. Um, all that together, my family, everything, and it's just so much that it's not giving me a lot of time to do these videos, so I have to fit it in when I can. And at the same time, the content that I'm doing, it's not, they're not really vlogs as much as they're reviews. So, a lot of my time is, for example, Iron Fist came out on Netflix not too long ago. I couldn't just sit there and enjoy the show. I had to watch every episode as much as I could, as fast as I could, and at the same time focus on it so hard that I could get a review out for it. And then I had to record the review, edit it down. All of that takes time, and it's not easy to be able to do all of that, still take care of my family, still work a full-time job, so I'm not losing my home. So I'm not, so I can afford to feed my dogs, myself, my wife. Um, so it's difficult to do this. And when stuff like things that I don't, it's not questionable. I mean, I might say a few words that don't really fit in with the appropriate appropriate content that YouTube wants um, on their site, and it's it's making it harder for me. Um, because when I can find time to put up a video, now I'm worried that the video that I fit this little bit of time that I could to make this video, put it up, is not going to be able to be seen anywhere because it's questionable, because it has foul language, maybe because I said something that the algorithm picked up as me being a terrorist or something. I might have said something like, uh, whatever, the name of some terrorist organization, and the algorithm picks that up, sees that I'm talking about terrorism, and that gets pushed away. And now on top of that, because of these because of these inappropriate videos, because of these questionable videos, I keep using questionable because that's the terminology they want to use on YouTube. Um, because of these questionable videos, major companies are pulling out and not advertising, and what that's doing is that's taking money out of not just the company's pocket but my pocket. It's taking money out of my pocket just as much as taking it out of Google's. Um, and I think the report was that Google lost over like almost like $1 billion, somewhere around that, in like a week or like a few days. I think it actually was just a day. They lost over like $1 billion. I mean, it's a big, big, big thing. And that's, that's hurting. That's hurting a lot of creators. And I know I'm not able to make a living off of YouTube, but I was really hoping I could. Everybody, has a dream, and it wasn't always my dream. I'm not gonna lie. It wasn't always my dream to be a YouTuber. I mean, when I was around there, dial up was becoming a thing. So, my dream was actually always to be either a Power Ranger or a professional wrestler. I couldn't do either. But, it became my dream to do this, and I'm going to continue to do these videos. I'm going to continue to do them when I have time. But because of what's been going on, I can't really point the finger at anybody. I could point the finger at YouTube and say your algorithms are crazy and they don't work. I could point the finger at these companies and saying you're pulling out, but you shouldn't. And I could point the finger at other YouTubers and say the content you're making is ruining it for everybody. The problem is that I can't blame them. I can't honestly blame anybody. I don't want to get political or anything, but this is a country where you should be able to say what you want. As much as someone might say something that you hate and they're ignorant and it's the dumbest thing that they can say, they still have the right to say that just as much as you have the right to say, I don't like what you're saying and I disagree. People have the right to protest just as much as someone has the right to say something that you want to protest. And, again, don't want to get too political, but that's just the problem with freedom. I mean, people are going to go in there and come onto this website of YouTube, create a video that's ignorant, that's maybe racist, sexist. It's something about, they're hating gays, they're hating transgenders, they're hating black people, white people, Asians, it's just the most ignorant stuff. And it's their right to do that. I don't agree with it. I hate it. I don't support it. I don't watch those videos. If those kind of videos pop up anywhere, whether it's on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, anything, anytime those kind of videos pop up, I don't watch them. I do not support that stuff, but they still have the right to do that. That is still their American freedoms. And what that's doing is it's hurting the rest of us. Because now, just as much as I could get mad at these companies for pulling out and no longer allowing their advertisements to be on YouTube, which is how YouTubers make their money, because they're not wanting to support these people, they're pulling out and they're no longer advertising on YouTube. And I can get mad at those companies, but at the same time I can't. I want to be mad at them and I want to say, you're screwing us over for doing that. But at the same time, I can't, because it is also their right to do that. And it's really understandable. They don't want to be lumped in saying we're advertising for this really ignorant thing that's out on the, out in the web. And, I don't want to be, they don't want to be seen in the same boat as them. And it makes sense. I can't get mad at them for that. And at the same time, I also want to be mad at YouTube, but I can't, because it makes sense for them to create this algorithm, because they don't want, it's the same thing. It's a company. They don't want these people, these videos, and, making YouTube a very unfriendly place. It's bad enough with the YouTube comments. It's common knowledge now that YouTube comments are like the most toxic place to be. But it makes sense, and it makes sense on all cases. This is probably one of the most somber rants I can do, but it's it's difficult, and what it's doing is these things that's going on. It's hurting it's hurting a lot of content creators. Um, and like I said, it was a big thing for me to be doing this. I really wanted to make a career out of this, but um, unless somehow I get a lot of views, unless somehow I get a lot of subscribers, a lot of likes, a lot of views, it's not in the cards, and it's really sad that it's not just me. There's a lot of people, even people that have made it. If you think about it, say a company or say a channel has a bunch of people working for them. That's a lot of people that have to get paid from one channel. It's hard enough to make money from a channel, but when you have people you're having to pay, YouTube doesn't pay you per person on your channel. Uh, Say for instance, I'm a huge fan of these guys. Say for instance, the Game Grumps. You know, they're not getting paid for each person that works with the Game Grumps. It's not Aaron and Dan and Susie and Barry and Kevin and Ross and all these people. It's not all of them getting paid individually from that channel. It's that channel getting the money, and it's getting split between everybody. Um, and when that happens, when the company takes a dip, like it is, it's when they're losing that money, it hurts everybody, and it might hurt them a little bit more because of that, because they have more people that they're having to employ and they're having to pay. As of right now, it was supposed to be more people. I actually was in talks with a good friend of mine to do movie reviews with him, because he's real funny, and me and him always have great conversation. I talked about this a lot. It's just it got really hard to coordinate time around this, because like I said, he works a full-time job and I do too. I had another guy that was going to come in, another friend of mine, and he was going to do every month. It was, at least for now, I was hoping that it would be more eventually, but at least for now it was going to be wrestling videos, predictions, wrestling predictions for each, quote unquote pay-per-view. Um, and I was really excited about that. I thought, I'm a huge fan of wrestling, but, I don't have the time to do that, to watch as much wrestling as I want to because of my full-time job, because of all the movies I'm trying to watch, all the TV shows I'm trying to watch and do reviews on. I still have a long list on my wall of unpopular opinion videos I was going to do. But that would be two people I would have to pay. It'd be me and two other people, and on top of that, it's not just me, money in my pocket. It's me, my wife, my dogs, my wife's pet rat, which we got. I never told you guys. We got a pet rat. Um, and it's just not looking like that's going to be a thing anymore. That doesn't look like it's possible. And like I said, I'm going to keep doing these videos. I'm going to keep doing unpopular opinion. I'm going to get on more of the no gaming stuff. But it's mainly just for fun now. Now it's just mainly just something to do, something to keep me busy. Because I think that might be melodramatic, but the dream is dead, almost. I mean, this is probably one of the worst times to become a creator on YouTube. At least for now. I really have high hopes that the company will figure it out, get its stuff together, and fix all these problems that it's having. But until then, it's probably one of the worst times to become a verified partner with YouTube. Um, that's really all I got to say, guys. Like I said, it's difficult. It's a tough time right now for a lot of creators. Um, Another guy I'm a big fan of, Boogie2988. You know, he did a video about this, and he mentioned how he thinks he's going to be okay if this all happens and YouTube is not going to be able to provide for him anymore, or you know, he's not going to be able to provide for his family anymore through YouTube. He feels he's going to be okay. That's not the case for everybody, and that's, you know, I'm one of those people. I'm one of those unfortunate people that if this goes under, I cannot. It's impossible. I cannot provide for my family through YouTube, which isn't the worst thing in the world. I mean, like I said, I got a full-time job, so it's not like we're gonna, you know, we'll be fine. But you know, it might seem very small to a lot of people, but this was something I was really, really wanting to do, and that was something I was really excited about doing, and it just doesn't seem like it's gonna pan out. So, yeah, at this point, like the video, I guess, and leave a comment, share it, subscribe. I mean, like I said, at this point, I guess it doesn't matter anymore. But you know, I'd still appreciate it. It would still make me feel good. So yeah, please leave a like, leave a comment, let me know what you think. And usually at the end of these videos, when I can remember to do these outros, I say to leave a comment, but I give you a specific thing that I'm looking for in the comments. But this one, if you are a YouTube creator, whether you're making a living off of YouTube and YouTube is your full-time job, or if you're, you know, this is a part-time thing, you're still working a full-time job, and you're just trying, you know, and anywhere in between, you know, anybody, if you are a content creator, a YouTube creator, if you upload videos to YouTube for a living, leave a comment and let me know how this is affecting you. Leave a comment and let me know what you think. Because I feel like it's a community. You know, this is a large group of people. You know, millions and millions and millions of people. All come through this website to just watch their favorite things. It's, you know, it's like the perfect. It's, in my opinion, it's better than TV. You know, me and my wife had a discussion. Do we want cable? Do we want internet? I want internet. With cable, I can watch whatever that's on TV. With internet, I can go to YouTube and I can watch whatever I want when I want. You know, YouTube it's got my favorite shows, you know. So if you're a creator, leave a comment, let me know what you think. And let's band together, you guys. You know, let's be a community of YouTubers. Let's come together and we're going to work through this, and hopefully this all turns around. Hopefully YouTube can get an algorithm that really works and can make the YouTube community a better place. Make it better for viewers. Make it better for everybody. You know, and let's just have fun with this again. And again, thanks a lot, you guys. Like I said, I'm going to keep doing this for fun. But, what are you going to do? So, I will see you guys later.